Hello friends, so here is the first theorem. The order of every element of a finite group is finite. So here they have given that group is finite and we have to show that order of each element in group is finite. So this is the statement explanation. Now coming to proof. Let A belongs to G, that means A is belonging to group G and group G is finite. Be arbitrary. Arbitrary means we have to choose some element from group. We can choose whichever element we want. This is the meaning of arbitrary. And E is belonging to G. Identity element is belonging to G. Consider the positive integral powers. Here integral powers means integral powers of A equals to an such that n belongs to Z. So here we have to choose n from integers. And what is integers? Positive as well as negative numbers are called integers. So first put n is equals to 0, we will get a power 0. Likewise 1, n is equals to 1, a power 1, n is equals to 2, a power 2, n is equals to 3, a power 3. Integers contain negative numbers also. So put n is equals to minus 1, we get a power minus 1. Next n is equals to minus 2, a power minus 2 and so on. But here we are considering positive integral powers. Positive integral powers means greater than 0. The numbers which are greater than 0. Here which are greater than 0? A power 1, a power 2, a power 3 and so on are greater than 0. So here we are considering positive integral powers. So a power 2, a power 3, a power 4 and so on. These are integral powers of A. Then by closure property a square, a cube, a power 4 belongs to G. First, what do you mean by closure property? If a b belongs to G, then a star b also belongs to G. So this is the closure property. Likewise, if a belongs to G, then a star a also is equals to a square also belongs to G. Likewise, a star is equals to a cube also belongs to G. So a square, a cube, a power 4 and so on also belongs to G. So this is the closure property. In theorem, they have given that group is finite. Since group is finite, a square, a cube, a power 4, and so on, ar, and so on, as, so on cannot be all distinct. Since the group is finite, the numbers will be repeating. For example, a cross a is equals to b. Let us consider. And here a cross is equals to C. If likewise a cross is equals to a power 5 is equals to B. See here a square is equals to B and a power 5 is also B. Since the group is finite, numbers will be repeating, right? Since the group is finite, it will terminate at some point. So the numbers cannot be all distinct. For that, suppose AS is equals to AR. Let us suppose AS is equals to AR and S is greater than R. You can ask me, you have to AS is equals to A power R and you are telling S is greater than R. See how it is, I will explain. A into and so on up to A, S times is equals to B. Likewise, A into A and so on up to A, R times also equals to B. I am telling AS is equals to AR. AS is equals to B, AR is equals to B. I am not telling S is equals to R. I am telling AS is equals to AR. S can be greater than R. I hope you understood this. Now AS is equals to AR. Here AR belongs to G. Since group G is group, AR inverse also belongs to G. Existence of inverse. This is the condition for the existence of group. Since AR belongs to G, AR inverse also belongs to G. So multiply both sides by AR whole power inverse. So AS AR whole inverse is equals to AR into AR whole inverse. So AS, here we have formula AM whole power AN is equals to AMN. Likewise AR whole power minus N, minus 1, A, in place of M we have R, into in place of N we have minus 1. R into minus 1 is minus R. So A power minus R, AR, likewise AR, A to the power of R into A to the power of minus R, A to the power of R into A to the power of minus R gets cancelled. We will get E. That means we will get 1, that means E. If bases are same, powers can be added. Here we have minus sign. So AS, A to the power of S minus R. Here S is greater than R, right? S minus R is a positive integer. That means here S is greater number, R is smaller number. If we subtract smaller number from bigger number, we will get positive integer. For example, if S is 4, R is 3. If we sub S minus R is equals to 4 minus 3 equals to 1. 1 is a positive integer, right? Likewise, if S is 5, R is 3, S minus R is equals to 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 also positive. So S minus R is a positive integer. That implies S minus R is a finite positive integer. Since group is finite, elements in it are finite. A power S, A power R are finite, right? So difference of finite numbers is also finite. So S minus R is a finite positive integer such that A power M is equals to E. Here S minus R is equals to M. We are taking S minus R as M. Okay, so A power M is equals to E. But according to our definition, M should be least positive integer. Then we can write order of A is equals to M. But here M is finite positive integer. So order of A is less than or equals to M. How this is possible? I will explain you through example. Let us consider fourth roots of unity. Fourth roots of unity are 1, minus 1, I, minus I, right? According to our definition, how many times 1 should be multiplied so that we can get identity element 1? 1 is multiplied 1 times, right? Likewise, if we multiply 1 2 times, 1 power 1 square also 1, 1 cube also 1, but M should be least positive, right? That's why we have considered order of 1 as 1. But here M is finite positive, okay? It is not least positive. So order of A will be equals to M, or it will be less than or equals to M. So this is the, now here M is finite, greater number is finite, and order of A is less than or is equals to M. Obviously order of A is also finite, right? M itself is finite and M is greater number, and order of A is less than M. If greater number is finite, then lesser number will also be finite. So the order of A is finite here. Since A belongs to G is arbitrary. A is arbitrary, right? We have chosen one element. Then it will be applied to all element. So order of every element of a finite group is finite. This is the proof. I hope